Hey, what's up guys? It's me, Moff and Nev here. Today we're going to be doing reamping to find out what kind of difference these reamp units make in a typical home studio setup. Let's check it out. We will use a MacBook Pro with Cubase for the DAW and an Avid M-Box for the interface. We will use the monitor outputs on the M-Box to run our line outs into a radial reamp box. Plugged into the mic input on the M-Box, we have an SM57 3 inches away from the grill of a Vox amplifier, pointing just off-center of the cone. In order to make sure what is coming out of the M-Box matches the level of the reamp box, we will play a 1 kHz sine wave from Cubase and use a multimeter to check the voltage of the levels of both signal paths. By doing this, we found out that the output of the M-Box was hotter, and turning the fader down in Cubase by -7.88 dB was enough to match it to the output voltage of the reamp box. We will demonstrate the reamping of 2 guitar tones, one clean and one distorted, with and without a reamp box in the signal path. The resulting recordings will then be A-B'd for any differences. First, we will compare the clean reamp. Audibly, no significant difference is heard. Comparing a sample of the two waveforms in a spectrograph confirms similar frequency content. Next up is the distorted reamp. Again, discerning any differences between the two waveforms is extremely difficult. One more test with the high-gain reamp was done on a section where the guitar wasn't playing anything to see if there was any significant difference in the noise floor. Finally, a clear difference is heard, with the reamp box filtering out more noise than without the reamp box. Very cool. Is a reamp box necessary? Well, in our situation, I'd say no. A reamp box is designed to fix the following 4 issues: ground hum, RF noise, gain staging via trim knob, and impedance mismatching. Since we had none of these issues in the first place, we did not need the reamp box. However, if you are reamping and you've picked up ground hum or interference, then a good quality reamp box will likely make a big difference, so you can see it is very situational. We wanted to test our setup using sine waves and white noise, with and without a reamp box in the signal path. The first experiment will test the signal path from the line out of the M-Box, straight into the line input on the M-Box. We will use 8 sine waves, ranging in harmonics from 125 Hz up to 16,000 Hz. Then, we will switch to white noise, and finally, silence. Each one will run 5 seconds in length. The second experiment is the same as the first, only instead of going straight out of the M-Box and back in again, we will add the reamp box into the signal path. Both tests will be calibrated using the same method as mentioned earlier. Let's get started. Okay, we've done all the hard work for you. Let's take a look at some of the biggest differences we noticed when we introduced the reamp box into the signal path. The reamp box has high frequency filtering. As the sine wave increases from 4 kHz to 8 kHz, a -0.4 dB drop is noticed. From 4 kHz to 16 kHz, the drop in level was -1.6 dB, a difference that was audible in the high frequency content of the white noise. However, I found the difference to be audibly pleasing in how the reamp box was filtering the signal. The other thing we noticed when introducing the reamp box into the signal chain was ground hum, something that was not an issue when the reamp box was not in the signal chain. Therefore, pressing in the ground lift switch on the reamp box was necessary. I hope this video helps you to better understand the process behind reamping, and where a reamp box might fit in your own studio setup. If you're still undecided about whether or not you need a reamp box, consider the following. A good quality reamp box will run you about $200. Similarly, a decent set of headphones is also $200. Or you could get an external hard drive and back up all of your important data. So as you can see, it's a matter of preference and prioritization. That's all for now, guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.